Several members of the House of Representatives have been doing interviews lately talking about how they think the main reason for this shutdown, the main reason that MAGA Mike Johnson will not bring the House back to order, will not deal with Democrats, is because he does not want to be put in a situation to release the Epstein files or demand the release of the Epstein files. But ostensibly what it's about is healthcare, and I really believe this affects more people, of course. Not that we're not all for government transparency and all the misdeeds of Mango Mussolini, but there have been many, and he has yet to really pay any kind of price for those. Why would he pay a price for this one? But Mango Mussolini can cut a deal with Hamas to get a ceasefire in Israel. At least it was short term, but there was one briefly. But he can't deal with Democrats. Democrats who are currently in Washington, anxious, eager to have a conversation, to reach an agreement that can extend Affordable Care Act's benefits for 24.3 million Americans. You want to kick 24.3 million Americans off of their health care because the big, beautiful billionaire buffet is going to do away with those subsidies and make if you're on the ACA program, will make your premiums 2 to 3 times more expensive. Can you afford $1,000, $1,200 a month for health care? I sure can't. Meanwhile, Republicans have tried to do away with the Affordable Care Act more than 70 times legislatively, more than 70 times in 15 years of Obamacare. Why? Do they have a better program? No, they never offer a program. They don't offer a program on anything except tax cuts for billionaires. So give us your plan. And then, I'm a fair-minded person. I do tend to vote Democratic. I certainly don't vote Republican anytime recently, but I'm not opposed to the idea if you have a better plan. Obamacare needs to be improved. We need single payer. You got a plan to make healthcare better? I'm all ears, and I think most Americans are too. Meanwhile, here's what's coming. Donald Trump's approval rating is below 30%. That means basically only the Fox News crowd still supports this president. And he's sending election observers to California about Proposition 50, and he's sending observers to New Jersey for the governor's race from the DOJ. Observers. You know what that means? Pressure. But speaking of California, while Mango Mussolini is out of the country, Gavin Newsom is showing him what it means to be a leader. So is the leader of Canada. It's been great to watch his speeches from Malaysia, but Gavin Newsom is absolutely schooling our current president on what it means to lead, what it means to really lead Americans. He's not talking about Democrats versus Republicans. He's saying just the opposite. Healthcare is not a Republican value or a Democratic value. It's an American value. All this stuff that's happening with ICE going and illegally capturing, that doesn't just affect Democrats or just Republicans. It affects everyone. We can't have this in our country. And Gavin Newsom, who also admitted that he's strongly considering, this is no surprise, he's going to run for president, and he's making a pretty damn good case. Like, for example, instead of using the National Guard to go invade another city, he's preparing them for November 1st when the Women's and Children's Food Subsidy runs out, the WIC program runs out, and SNAP runs out because of this Republican government shutdown, and he's preparing them to help feed people. This is what leadership looks like. If you listen to Gavin Newsom, it's what leadership sounds like. I don't know who the other nominees might be, but right now I got to tell you, in a vacuum of leadership, we don't have leadership in this country. We have an insane guy who's being allowed to do insane things like tear down the White House because the Heritage Foundation wants that to be. Let's start looking for a new leader. But first, we need to get out and vote, especially if you're in California. Vote for Proposition 50. Let's save our democracy. And let's make sure that next year, when the midterms come around, we send a strong message. My name's Bill. I'm a college professor in Dallas, Texas. It's my third restart because TikTok keeps deciding my stuff is too. I don't know what's something about it. They don't tell you why. But anyway, starting over, I'm going to keep coming. Thanks.